Welcome to the show. Today's episode is proudly sponsored by Grow Generation, where the pros go to grow. More on them in a bit. Hello, everybody, and welcome to LR Mornings for the very last time. It's been 2 years of this show. It's awesome. We're not going away. We're just transitioning into something that doesn't pigeonhole us into the mornings. But I'll go ahead and do my good old-fashioned intro one last time. Welcome to LR Mornings. I am Kyle Mullen. I am joined, as always, by
Manny.
And dude, you've been a big part of the show off and on over the last year before becoming the co-host, and which I love having you here, man. It's been really cool to take geekdom and just talk about it daily. Random things, we get good news stories sometimes, and then we get moments where we just get to BS about the things that we're watching or we like or something that's bugging us. It's been fun, man. How have you enjoyed seeing LRM get and participate in like a daily show like this?
It's kind of weird. Never thought I'd be doing this, but it's fun. It's almost in a short way therapeutic, because sometimes you don't have that many people to talk about certain things, specifics about the industry more than anything. Because I mean, everybody wants to talk about the stuff on top, the end game scene and stuff, whatever. But sometimes we like to dig a little deeper, talk about forecasting, about what some studios are going to do, talk about what speculations we have about certain things, and it's sometimes not the most interesting conversation if you're not into it, right? But that's what we are, that's what we do, and it's fun.
Absolutely. So for those of you guys that have been paying attention, seeing some of the new logos and stuff, LR Mornings is becoming the daily cup of genre. It's part of our Genreverse Podcast Network, brought to you by LRM Online. Yes, this is all still LRM Online, Latino Review Media. We're not been bought, sold, anything, just expanding out horror, video games, anime, all of that stuff. We get to discuss more in depth, and then legitimately just BS around sometimes and have fun. And I want to start off with something that might be a little fun. Did you hear about the new animated Batman show coming?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
It's exciting, man. It's just, I'm interested in if they're still going to be able to capture those deep stories like they did in the first animated series, because those hold so well, even decades afterwards. And they almost, if you look back at them now, they almost seem like they were meant for adults and not for kids.
Yeah,
but no, it was a kids show. It was, but the depth of storytelling in those shows was phenomenal. But yeah, any Batman. To be honest, I'm not having necessarily hated any of the next animated series that they did.
Like Brave and Bold and stuff.
Brave and Bold was fun, man. Like, not supposed to take that seriously. Brave and Bold, I thought that was a lot of fun. I just had a good time with that one, and even some of the concepts in the Batman I thought were pretty cool. Just a different look of the Joker I thought was very cool with the straight jacket. But yeah, I guess I just enjoy my Batman.
I'll tell you what the interesting thing to me is, first off, Matt Reeves running it, not surprising, because it seems like a natural thing to do. Batman the animated series, like you said, was massively loved. Still incredibly popular. Kevin Conroy is Batman to so many people. Just like Mark Hamill is Luke Skywalker, and then he's the Joker, to so many people. And they let James Gunn carry Peacemaker over. Why not let the guy that's doing the Batman movie come on and do the cartoon? But to me, it's just interesting to see Abrams' name on it again, and I guess they're really going through with him being a bigger part of the DC universe. How does that make you feel? Abrams, now he's got his fingers on the Superman with Ta-Nehisi Coates, and I think I said his name right. And then he's now got his name on this. What do you think about that, man?
Yeah, well, he has his also name on the Dark Justice League and Justice League Dark, sorry, as well as working with whatever they're doing with Superman and obviously Green Lantern. So right now it's kind of a wait and see approach. I am excited though that they are putting somebody kind of like a Feige-esque figure to kind of oversee everything, to do one vision. I mean, I liked what J.J. Abrams was doing with Star Trek. Yeah, Star Trek is a very difficult. Is a very difficult franchise to make into film, and I thought he was doing very well. And not to say that the movies were amazing or anything, but for what he did well. So now to be able to take this franchise and all these characters and try to some degree streamline it all. Oh my God, I can't say streamline this morning. There it is. To streamline it all, it's good. It's a good direction. It's something that DC hasn't had since supposedly Jeff Johns was doing it. And yeah, that apparently didn't very go. I mean, but all these entities coming in and out of DC projects, can I really blame them? Not really, because of the fact that Warner Media and their owners and whoever owns them at the moment really can't get their shit together as far as what they want to do.
Yeah.
So creatively, it really puts a cork in anything going on. So I mean, if anything, that's really who I blame is that upper management who just is looking at the bottom line instead of the vision. That's how we're in this mess with the whole Zack Snyder thing. And that's probably why we just don't have any kind of real continuity here, because everything's really a mess as far as what belongs where and everything. But in the meantime, you've had some gems in TV shows and also in films, but there's no real connectivity to them. They're just good individual properties. So with Abrams kind of in the background and kind of being attached, it kind of gives you hope that maybe they're putting it all together finally, and that's exciting.
Yeah, I can see it. I know a lot of people have issues with Abrams because of like the ending for Lost, but if you ever listen to like the story of that show being made, they never intended it to go that long. So that's part of what made it harder to end. Was it was like, oh, you guys made us, stretch it out and add this, that, and the other because it was making money. And then there's people that got issues with Star Wars. I was talking to Brian the other night about this. When it comes to Abrams and the Force Awakens, the Force Awakens wasn't a bad movie. Like most people. You go back and you look at the early reviews, like even from fans, not even just critics, and it was a pretty popular movie. People liked it. Yeah, it rehashed a lot of stuff, but you just accepted it for what it was, And Abrams, I thought, did fine with that. But like you said, Star Trek was good, and he did a good job with what he was doing. Was it the Star Trek everyone knew and loved with old-fashioned Kirk? No, and I hate old-fashioned Kirk. Like, I can't stand William Shatner. My favorite character in Futurama is got to be Zap Brannigan, just because of the parody of Shatner's Kirk and in that character is awesome. But Abrams, I kind of look at him often a lot like George Lucas, but a little bit better on his actual writing. And oh god, I can already feel the hate mail. Social media down there at the bottom. Lucas can't write dialogue very well. He's not the world's best person for that, but he's a wonderful idea guy. Great big story outline. Like I can create the universe. I can create the sandbox and put the toys in there. But I need someone else to fine tune it. And I thought Abrams might be like that because of what I saw with Lost and Star Wars. But when you dig in more about the behind the scenes stuff at Lucasfilm, and I'm not talking Civil Wars and things like, we're just talking the storyline for the sequel trilogy. And then you look at the things with Lost, and it's like, God, Abrams is actually his biggest shot was Star Trek, and I think that was damn near at least a in park home run, maybe not a grand slam or anything, but he got around all four bases. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was good.
Well, the issue with Star Trek is that it's meant to be episodic, and you go on all these grand adventures, and you have all this character development throughout the season. And I think that then trying to put it into a movie just makes it a little bit difficult. So if you're able to at least do part of it in a film, I thought he did well. I liked the films more than even some of the classic ones, just aesthetically, I guess, but has nothing to do with it. Yeah, and then I just don't. I thought Force Awakens was fine. It was The Last Jedi where I felt the whole thing went off the rails, and then you spent the last movie trying to debunk some of the middle movies, and which made it really cloudy and very muddy, and so for that grand finale, it did not hit at all. I don't even know. The Rise of Skywalker may be the worst worst Star Wars movie ever made.
No, that nothing is as bad as Attack of the Clones. I'm sorry, that is just peak garbage right there. You want to like the worst chemistry. Like we watched Thor, yesterday, because today Marvel Multiverse Mondays is presenting Loki Thursdays. Getting ready for Loki, so be sure to check out the website and the YouTube channel. Hit that red button, subscribe to see that later today. We were watching Thor, and I got really surprised by like how much I enjoyed that versus the last time I saw it. And how did I get to Thor? Where what did you say before that?
No, I said that Rise of the Jedi might be the worst of the
right.
Star Wars movies.
That's what we were saying. And then so that held up. But before that, I had watched A New Hope, which was beautiful, and I saw Natalie Portman in Thor versus like Carrie Fisher in A New Hope, and I'm like, chemistry, like, yeah, even though there's crappy dialogue, some of these actors are doing well with it. Thor had this really weird but it's such a good movie. But dude, Natalie Portman, no chemistry at all there. Look at Star Wars, no chemistry with Hayden Christensen. I hate to sound like a pig, but the best chemistry I've ever seen her have was Black Swan, the one with Mila Kunis. Like, sure, yell at me for thinking two attractive females together was good, but like legitimately, the movie, she acted and seemed more in tune with her character's relationships than ever with Thor. Um, and that being said, Attack of the Clones is even worse because not only is she terrible in it, but Hayden Christensen is terrible in it as well. So, no, it's not the worst, Manny. When's the last time you saw the prequel trilogy?
Was it a year or two ago, maybe?
Really?
Yeah.
Why'd you watch it?
I don't know. I think I was bored. There was a reason for it. I think I started watching The Phantom Menace just because of the fact that I wanted to see Darth Maul, see that fight at the end. It's probably like the saving grace of that film.
It is. It is.
And it just kind of made me want more of Darth Maul, and then he got chopped in half. But Last Jedi actually might be I don't know, man. They're just some of these latest ones, man, are just so bad. I still feel that you could take that entire casino.
Take it out. Go away.
And it's still the same movie. Like, you don't miss it.
Nope.
Like, nothing changes
at all.
And then just the way that in the third one, like, Snoke is just like devalued as anything, and I think that makes him even worse. Then you kind of retcon and go to the first movie again. And he's nothing then, because he's just some test tube thing or whatever. I don't know. It's just so bad. And like, everybody knew Darth Sidious was behind it from the very beginning, and they were just like, no, it's not. And it's like, no, we know. We know. Like, it's almost like, you remember when that game, the video game, the Batman video game, Gotham Knight came out?
Or Arkham Knight?
Arkham Knight, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Arkham Knight. And everyone's like, that's Jason Todd. And from the very first trailer, they're like, that's Jason Todd. And they're like, no, hold on a second. It's not. And then it's like, dude, no, that's Jason. Like, who else is it going to be? Yeah. And it was like the reveal. And it's like, we already knew. Like, we
already had this, people.
Come on. We guys
were tracking. Yeah. That's definitely funny. One thing about some studios and the way things come out, like, that reminds me of when it was going to be God, what's his in-game title. People were like, oh, we're going to have this title reveal, and nobody's guessed the title. Like, no one. It's super secret, and it's like people guessed in-game like the day after Infinity War was released. When you guys were like, no, it won't have the word Infinity on it. It's like, oh, okay, it's gonna be in-game. I don't, look, it's always great to be surprised. But sometimes things are obvious, and that isn't necessarily the big surprise, and that's good. That's fine in my mind. I would just hope that that if you make something that obvious, that you do have some additional surprises in there. And Jason Todd, damn, man, let's talk about I want to talk to DC with you. Now, I'm not a big DC guy. Everyone knows that. But one thing the movies have just lacked 1,000 billion trillion % is that Bat family aspect. Have you missed that, or do you not want a live action Bat family?
You've never gotten far enough to do it. That's the problem. So I don't want it if it's not going to be done well. There has been absolutely no time in any of these films to do it. And then Ben Affleck, by the time he's Batman, half of his family's been killed off, I think.
Yeah.
So I think, what do you want? Yeah, the Bat. I'll be honest with you. There are times where I find the Bat family really annoying. Mm-hmm. Like, how many more members are we gonna put in? Especially like right now, you have even like Orphan. You have Duke, and you have who else is in there now? Who the yellow one? I forgot his name. I think it's Duke. And then you have Batwoman, you have Batgirl, you have Robin, you have Robin, you have Robin, you have Robin, and like dude, you have like an entire like almost police force of support. Yet you're still trying to be dark, and you're Mama Goose. Like, you need to stop acting like you're this like dark figure that nobody can get close to, because you are sensitive as hell. Your entire background is based on the fact that you miss your parents, which is fine, but you're just another emo kid. That's really what it is. Man. So yeah, with that being said, I don't care if it's there, fantastic, but do it right. But I'm not holding my breath at the fact that you're going to do a Batman film where you're going to start featuring side characters, because the whole point is to feature Batman. It would have been weird if we would have seen Christopher Nolan's Batman with sidekicks like that. It just wouldn't have worked. Because as much as some people, we love those characters, in a Batman film, we want to watch Batman beat the crap out of rogues, some of those big time rogues. So there's not a lot of time for us to worry about what the heck Robin's doing.
Yeah. We'll see. There's I was trying to see if I could find it, but they didn't have it up. There was a great Teen Titans Go episode where main Robin, Dick Grayson Robin, calls a bunch of other Robins from different parts of the universe, if you will. There you go. Yeah, and it's just a real funny little clip. I really liked Teen Titans Go for what it was. I know not everyone was a big fan of it, but later on in the episode, Brother Blood is like facing the Titans, and all the Robins show up, and he does what you were doing. It's like Robin. What is it with DC and not having very creative names? Robin 10 times and Plastic Man 10. Whatever. I'm making fun of DC.
Well, DC makes fun of DC. Teen Titans Go is so good at spoofing themselves.
Yeah.
Remember the trailer? The trailer for Teen Titans Goes to the movie was the catch line at the end was, if Aquaman could have a movie. Yes. Why not?
Yes. Did you see the Teen Titans Go to the movies?
Yeah,
it was hilarious.
It was fun. It's a fun show. You're not supposed to take it seriously, and
yeah, it's not Teen Titans.
No, but the thing is, and I understand. Like, I love Teen Titans.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I did. Everybody did.
Mm-hmm.
But
even me.
Teen Titans Go was not made for us. It was made for the next generation of fans who were watching like Adventure Time and Chowder and shows like that. So it needed to be a lot more cartoony and toned down. And because of that, you have a lot of kids who are fans of DC properties, and you get into depth with some of these characters, because you don't get to see them a lot on the big screen, but they learn about everyone and everything. And it was fun. It was super fun, man.
And the reference humor, the meta jokes, the self-deprecation that happens. Like, you can tell that some of the either the animators or the writers, they definitely have got the things about DC that they love and the things that they hate. I mean, I've seen digs at Justice League movie. I've seen digs at Batman versus Superman. I've seen digs at just DC tropes in general. I love the show. Yeah, it's great for little kids, but I think us grown-ups can get just as much fun out of it. Just, you can't go into it wanting that 2003 to 2005 or whatever Teen Titans. You got to go into it expecting this. And this is good in my mind. But yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a word from our sponsors, Grow Generation. It's where the pros go to grow. So yeah.
Grow Generation, where the pros go to grow. For all of your cultivation needs, Grow Generation has the right products, service and staff to make your grow successful. Go to www.growgeneration.com, where the pros go to grow.
Thank you, Grow Generation, and thank you, Scottish guy that may or may not be on our Star Wars show, the Cantina, tomorrow. You guys will have to tune in and find out. Yeah, I want to get off of DC for a bit because you shocked me before the show started. I know you're not. I know you're a DC guy, but you're also a comic book guy, and this character. I said the name and you had no idea who I was talking about, and I'm upset. And so we're gonna talk about a rumor now, ladies and gentlemen. This is a rumor. It is a legit possibility. Like, it's really believable. So if you want no clues about what might happen in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, go away, but it's not that big of a deal. It deals with a villain, a character that most of us figured would be involved at some point somewhere. And so we got from the Illuminati, following up on some stuff that has been mentioned before, that indeed Shuma Gorath will be one of the bad guys in Multiverse of Madness. Why? He wants America Chavez, who's supposed to be in this film, and she's got the ability to punch through dimensions, through the multiverse. He wants that ability so he can consume multiverse. In the comics, he's had things to do with Dormammu. It's this guy, man. The big tentacle eye monster. You have some issues with America and the way she was designed. Not necessarily, stories, but how she came into being and things like that you've talked about. Seeing that this bad guy, this multiverse storyline, and the fact that she might be a major player coming up, what do you think about that, man?
Well, I just have to see it first. It seems cool. It's just a matter of what they're going to focus on and how it works on screen. I don't necessarily have a big opinion on it yet because I don't even know who the hell this guy is. When you first mentioned it to me, I was like, why is Kyle talking to me about anime?
No.
I was like, I don't know what he's talking. I was like, he knows I don't like anime. And then now it's I've seen him before probably, but I still no idea.
Yeah, I don't know what these other pictures are. I guess they're just part of whatever that article is. But yeah, this is kind of interesting to me because he's part of the Damnation storyline, which came after the No More Magic storyline, which was wonderful. If you've liked Doctor Strange and you haven't checked out Last Days of Magic, go check that out. I think that was Lemire was on that one, if I'm not mistaken, or was it Bemis? Either way, it was a great story where the empirical, these technological beings from another dimension, were out to consume magic, right? Get rid of it, consume it, and get rid of it. And it was working so well. They had cut off so much, energy flow, that the only things that were magic left were like relics, items that had been imbued with magic because the empirical hadn't gotten to them to take it away. And with that you had to have like Doc Strange consuming odd foods. You had Doc Strange using weapons and relics you couldn't imagine, like odd things that some magician had imbued with a magic power, random, like a pen or something like that. It's just this ridiculousness, and it reminded me of the last thing Mordo says in the after credit scene. Too many sorcerers. Now, everyone knows in the comics, Mordo wants, power. He wants to be the sorcerer supreme, but he never was like, I don't want anyone else using magic. It was just, I want to be the head honcho of it. And with Shumagorath getting in here, too many sorcerers. I don't know, man. How would you like to see a storyline about Strange, not necessarily in multiverse, but maybe afterwards, seeing a Last Days of Magic type thing where magic is disappearing? I mean, at the end of that storyline, I think he has to go to the Century or some shit and use like a stick from the World Tree, and he has to do some really weird stuff to get his powers back. Would you be interested in a Last Days of Magic type story?
No.
Why?
Here's the reality.
See him like use a pen to fucking beat Magic Guy?
Here's the reality. I could care less about Doctor Strange, man.
Wow. Okay.
And
then I get it.
And just the magical aspect of Marvel. I've never gotten into it. I've never had the urge to pick up a Doctor Strange book and dive into it. So when you start talking about how complicated this story could be, and
makes you less interested.
And thinking about like trying to see that on screen, it's like, no, that's gonna be boring.
So, did you like the first Doctor Strange movie though, or?
It was fine. It's like in the middle of the pack as far as movies go. Like, it wasn't a bad movie. It was done well. So that's why I didn't understand the controversy about some of the casting that they had done. And so it really didn't mean anything to me. And then I like him as a character. He's been great with the Avengers and things like that. But as far as individually, it was just I just kind of shrugged my shoulders and moved on. It's not. I think the closest I've been interested in the magic realm of Marvel has been with WandaVision and her story. Other than that, I it's just not my cup of tea, I guess. So I'm like, damn, he's gonna ask me how excited I am for something like this, and I'm gonna have to say,
not necessarily excited, just what you think about it.
Yeah,
but
you have to think of the general audience too when you think about it, then, because how many people really want, how much money would that really bring in as far as the story aspect? That's why I'm interested to see how the Eternals does.
Yeah, because
you have celestial beings that aren't necessarily mainstream. And you rarely see them. So what kind of box office attractions that really going to have? I mean, I know that they're banking on star power. You have quite the list of names on the film.
Which is so scary to me.
Yeah. So how is it really going to do, or how is it going to live up to some of the other films where you can put up a Captain America poster, Iron Man poster, etc., versus these characters who you're like, who?
I kind of am like you in an aspect, but it wasn't magic. It was the cosmic stuff. I've never been big in the space stuff for Marvel. Like,
it's complicated. I don't blame you.
Yeah, the Shi'ar, the Kree, the freaking scrolls, and then you bring in a Nihilus, and I mean, I know the big storylines. I read the main Annihilation wave. I've read stuff with the Guardians and of course Fantastic Four, Silver Surfer, Galactus related cosmic stuff. And whenever Havoc shows up, or not Havoc, Vulcan shows up on Earth what the other Summers is, and I know enough, but I never really cared all that much about it. But Guardians of the Galaxy, I really thoroughly enjoyed it. Like, it's the first cosmic one. Maybe you could say Thor, but not really. But I really enjoyed it, and I tried to pick up cosmic books after that, and I still couldn't get into the book. So it was really just that movie. That's why I wanted to know if you had found more enjoyment out of Strange's movie than you did in books, because I did with that aspect of the cosmic stuff, and even Captain Marvel. Like, I still say it's not the best movie. It's like a solid, just like B-, B. Maybe I can watch it, but it's never
like a C-.
It's never changed for me. You know, it's always been right there since the first time I saw it, which is weird. Most movies either get better or worse. But again, it's like cosmic stuff didn't interest me, but the movies have done an interesting thing with it. I'm wondering if we're going to get a big cosmic thread. We look at like the Marvels, and we know there's Skrulls running around with Secret Invasion, but all of that seems to come back to Earth or the Earth sphere. It still seems like, other than the Guardians, we don't have a real cosmic side of the MCU. Do you think that's going to be the Fantastic Four's realm?
Well, I thought that was going to be the Eternals realm to do that, because
to set up the history of it.
Yeah, I don't know how much bigger you can get than those guys. So I'm interested in why they're doing it, because it has to, right? Why else would you spend so much time and money and effort and superstars on something that's not going to have a major impact, especially with the way they plan things out. They're really good at planning out for the future.
Do you think the Eternals is a franchise then, or do you think you'll just see those characters spin off into other properties?
I don't even foresee them being a spin-off. I think they got big names because they knew that they weren't necessarily going to be needing them for future films.
So this might be a one-shot. The Eternals
like
sets
hey,
up our cosmic past, and
this is the past right here. Here's all these characters that lived or whatever, and boom, we might bring you one or two every now and then to fill in, but we just need to set this up for what we want to do going forward. Because they're going to want to bring in the X-Men, they're going to bring in the Fantastic Four, Deadpool, whatever, and I think you probably need to explain those things beforehand. It's one advantage, funny, that DC has, because their cosmic, their fourth world, as you call it, with like Darkseid and New Gods and all that, is actually not as complicated as because they're very, very consistent in the way that it's portrayed, and it doesn't have too many big players, and they've been featured many, many times throughout comics, animated series, and now even live action. So it's a little bit easier to understand. Marvel, just with Galactus alone, man, you there's just so much. Galactus is so cool though, and then you have other beings and entities and stuff, Titans or whatever, and it's just so many years of comic books. You're gonna have all these crazy stories.
Yeah, it gets convoluted, but Marvel, man, they're at fault. They're the ones that insist on some sort of reboot or giant unnecessary crossover through
every
three times a fucking year. Oh yeah, God.
Secret War. I remember Secret Wars 2 was so horrible, dude, and it was so late.
yeah.
Oh, that was such a. Books are coming out post Secret Wars. Books are coming out before the story was even
the
done.
Battle World and stuff like that hitting. I'll show this real quick. Have you ever read Requiem?
No, I'm not.
I think there's a way to like lend books from Amazon Prime or Amazon Kindle or whatever it is. I have it. I'll see if I can't lend it to you. This is one of the best like one-shot arcs It was a four-parter, but it's a graphic novel. That's the thing I'm looking for, and it's one of the best things ever written. Straczynski wrote it. Basically, Nornrad Silver Surfer finds out he's dying, and he gets permission from Galactus to basically go off and have his last days, and he decides to visit some of the heroes that have helped him and been a big part of his life, and offers them gifts and things like that. And dude, what Spider-Man does is, I'm telling you, this is probably a book that can bring most people, if not two tears, to at least wet the eyes. Like, it is that beautiful. It's very somber and calm, and just this deep personal story. And again, it's weird because it's a very cosmic character, but like I said, Fantastic Four, they're always involved with him and Galactus, and it's just such a good book. So I highly recommend that to anyone. And Manny, I'll see if I can't get it to you somehow to check out. I agree. The Eternals setting up a lot of stuff, potentially even setting up mutants. Right. We don't know. I don't necessarily like that idea. They tell us that we're not going to just stay in one time period with the Eternals film. Going forward, though, like I said, some of the things with Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, and Monica Rambeau, whether she goes by, what names did she have? Anyways, regardless, they seem to still probably play in or around Earth and or the Kree, but I do think the Fantastic Four have a good opportunity to take us on some cosmic events, and so do the X-Men, because of the whole Shi'ar Empire ordeal. The only thing that sucks, the best cosmic X-Men thing they had, we cannot ever try again. Just give it up, ladies and gentlemen. There will never be a live action Dark Phoenix saga. I don't even want them to try.
They're gonna try again. Watch. Don't even.
15 years later,
they're gonna say, "Bet we can do it better."
I already told you. I think I told you what I want. Onslaught. Give us Onslaught. Okay. That's in my perfect world. Like I said, we would see Wanda head off to another dimension where mutants do exist, and we would spend at least one full movie meeting our mutants before the rip or the crossover, before Forge and Bishop are trying to escape, help mutants escape the Sentinels, or Wanda, does no more mutants in their world. Like, I want that, because I think we need some serious explanation, and the Eternals just saying, oh, there's this dormant thing that we left on Earth that will wake up in 2024 or 2026 or whatever. I don't want it like that, What do you think? What's your gut tell you right now, Manny? How do we get mutants in the MCU?
I think it's just another dimension, kind of the same way that they did with Supergirl in the TV shows. Like, they recognize she's there, and they recognize that she's a person that can help out when need be, but she's not necessarily there.
Yeah.
And so you have many characters that could open portals to dimensions. So yeah, it shouldn't be a
Forge.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a very difficult thing to just do, because you have too much history with mutants to just all of a sudden they're there.
Yes.
And it goes back to Xavier and Magneto and everything they did. So you really don't want to lose that because
Mm-mm.
then you'll have a ton of X-Men fans that'll be pissed. It would be like just really. I don't think I have a comparison to what that would be like, because I think that would be one of the biggest disservices to X-Men, to just all of a sudden just, hey, look, they're here.
They're here. Almost
like the Inhuman treatment that they did.
Yeah. It'll be some tiptoeing around, but hey, it's Marvel. We joke all the time, and Feige we trust, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, so far he hasn't led us astray. Yeah, there's been some bad movies, but the overall concept has been phenomenal.
Yeah, I'll say this: when we do get the X-Men, when we get our mutants, when I look at Disney Plus, there's one show out of the X universe or one team, one thing that I want from the X world. Sorry, as a series on Disney Plus, and that's X Factor. I want that investigative type mutant. Give me Madro or Madrox, however you say multiple man's name in your mind. Have him maybe halfway through the first season. Bring in Layla Miller. I just the interactions with Forge, the abilities of interacting with Cable during time and dimension travel. Just X Factor is such a really cool and different take on mutants. You know, what out of the X world besides X-Men movie, what would you like to see, movie or series?
Series wise, I'd want to see the Brotherhood.
Ooh, that would be interesting. A villains series.
You already have WandaVision there. You can always add her in. She's always been part of it, one way or another, whether they serve as anti-heroes or whatever. I think it will work. I'd like to see them maybe try to be heroes, but keep getting screwed over by the world. And I think it would connect a lot of people.
Yeah, I can see that. X-Force, should it be a movie or series?
That has to be a movie.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to lose a lot, but
yeah,
if you want to do that, it has to be a movie.
Yeah,
you need a bigger budget.
I agree on that one 100%. All right, guys. Well, Manny, thank you so much for being a part of LR Mornings. But that's it, man. It's done. It's over. LR Mornings is gone. Bye. So thank you to Christine and Brian, Nick, and of course the guy that helped me start the show, and gave me permission to start doing a lot of the multimedia stuff that you see here. Joseph Jammer Medina, former editor-in-chief of LRM Online.com. It's been fun, and we're going to keep the party going, guys. Like I said, it's just a different name, but it'll be the same thing tomorrow. Got some horror stuff to talk about tomorrow. I'm excited about that. Please subscribe to the Genreverse Podcast Network, brought to you by LRM Online. LRM's YouTube channel is right there. Hit that red subscribe button. Catch all of the great podcasts like Marvel Multiverse Mondays, Cup of Genre, the Cantina Anime-Versal Reviews. So much content, and on top of that, our interview team is slaying Hollywood, getting top-rated actors, writers, directors, producers, everything, comic creators, you name it, it's there. That's why you want to subscribe to that. Subscribe to LRM's Genreverse Podcast Network, wherever you get podcasts from, Apple, Spotify, Google, all free, guys. We're free for now. Anyway, we'll always offer our content like this to you guys for free. But maybe one day I'll figure something really, really cool I can dupe you into paying me for. Anyways, Manny, what do you got coming up? Either the next 2 days or next week, or talk.
Oh, well, I got tomorrow morning. I got an interview. It's already up on our YouTube, but it'll be featured tomorrow with Amy Garcia. She's one of the voices of the new Hulu Marvel's MODOK. She plays MODOK's wife. Not plays, voices. So that was a fun conversation. We got talking a little bit DC and a little bit of what she's got going on in her creative side of comic books. Also got David Cross and about one of his new films. Nancy just put up a wonderful interview with one of my childhood heroes, Eugenio Derbez. If you're not Hispanic, you really maybe don't know that name, but a lot of times if you're a Latino, that name is synonymous to your household. So that was really cool to see. And then also I have 5 of the 6 directors for Disney's Launchpad initiative, which was phenomenal. And so, yeah, there's quite a bit coming up.
Very cool. That's why you guys want to check out LRMonline.com every single day for all of your entertainment news, needs, and opinions. Like I said, please hit the subscribe buttons, the follow buttons, and share us with some friends and family. I can be found at that Kyle Malone on Twitter, at that one Kyle Malone on Instagram. Manny is at LRM_Emmanuel, and on Twitter at riddlemethis_510 on Instagram. Those of you watching wonderful video can actually see it, so you don't forget it. Hint, go check out the video. Thank you guys so much for enjoying LR Mornings these last 2 years. Look for all the wonderful new doodads and drawings and stuff in the coming days. And we'll see you tomorrow.